Take a moment to imagine that you have just been diagnosed with a serious illness. In all likelihood, you will not survive the next 6 months. Chances of recovery are slim. In quiet, consider how you feel in light of this revelation. Think back about your life. If you had this happen to you, would you view your life differently? How so? Before the illness, what was it that was so central, so important to your life? Has that important thing, that crucial thing, become trivial now in light of your disease? See how things that are really important rise to the surface, while trivial matters and unimportant issues sink down and away in light of your impending death. Really get into this imagined exercise. List the important matters, the ones that really count, in light of your impending doom. Do you think that it is sad that for most of us, this kind of important reflection will not happen unless there is a tragedy or life-changing crisis? Now let's consider another scenario. Imagine that you are surviving 10 years after a nuclear holocaust devastated the entire face of the earth. The conflagration left no nation or society unscathed. No church or cathedral or basilica left standing. No altars anywhere to be found. There is no font of holy water, no bank of vigil lights, no religious statue or painting remains. Every sheet and recording of sacred music is gone. Every organ, flute, piano, brass instrument, and guitar lost. All Catholic colleges and seminaries are wasted lots of ash and heaps of rubble. Every parochial school also. No bishop survived, and no priests are left. Deacons are all dead. All religious brothers and sisters, dead. Every catechist is dead. Every person associated with liturgy in an official way, killed. All ushers are dead. There is not a parish council, a single parish committee, a single financial committee to be found anywhere on earth. Curia is gone. Vatican is utterly destroyed. St. Peter's Basilica, razed and ash, the haunt of surviving feral animals. Pope is dead, without a single cardinal left alive to elect a new one. Every book is lost. Even our sacred scriptures, the Bible, is gone. In every edition, in every language, in every motel room. Just a small handful of Catholics remains with you. And besides the few filthy rags on your backs and your pitiful shelters, together with your memories and hopes and faith, your communion with each other is all you have. And with them you weep by the waterhole, remembering. You all remember. You remember what it was like to have been a Catholic in happier times, before the unspeakable happened, before the mushroom clouds. But of that Catholicism only memories remain. This is square one. Everything else is ruin. You all survey the wasteland and endless graveyard around you, the collapsed buildings being unintended unmarked graves for thousands and millions. And you remember how much you once had. You all are forced back into yourselves, probing into your real values and real hopes, coming to terms with what human existence is fundamentally all about. Night comes, even colder than the ash cloud-covered day. You gather around an open fire, surrounded by the necropolis, about to eat what little food you have managed to collect and cook. Question: what prayer do you all say, if any, and who will lead it? Will there be regular prayer service before every other meal? At any other time apart from meals? If so, what kind of prayer service will it be, and who will lead it? What role, if any, will the others have? Apart from prayer, how well will you and our hypothetical survivors get on with one another in this time of severe deprivation and uncertainty? On what basis will you all share your limited resources among yourselves? And what is to happen if strangers should come along? People in equal or greater need than your group? Will you share with the strangers, even at the risk of depriving yourselves of essential nourishment and warmth? What hopes and aspirations will you all have for yourselves and for what is left of humankind? What sense of responsibility will you all have for the rebuilding of the earth? To be sure, in a situation as extreme as this one, every value, every institution, every tradition would be up for grabs. Will there be marriage? And will it be monogamous and permanent? Will the nuclear family survive the nuclear holocaust? Will property be private or held in common? Will there be formal education? And if so, what resources will be employed in its service? Will only the fittest be allowed to survive? What will be done about the aged, the sick, the incompetent, the lazy, the selfish, and the troublesome? Forced by terrible and terrifying circumstances to return to square one, both societally and religiously, you and your group will soon realize that issues which troubled you so in the pre-nuclear times now pale into insignificance after the conflagration. Will you wonder and argue about things like papal infallibility, the limits of dissent from the teachings of the ordinary magisterium, clerical dress and religious habits, obligatory celibacy, Marian apparitions, the ordination of women, the teaching authority of national episcopal conferences, the election of bishops, the rosary, holy days of obligation, masses for gay Catholics, universal catechisms, loyalty oaths, the canonization of the saints. This is not an either-or, as all these matters do have some importance. But in light of what? Do we need a nuclear holocaust or a life-changing illness to make us wake up and ask what really and finally matters about our faith in Jesus Christ and His gospel?